3 exercises to blow up your biceps using a cable. Let's go. All right, guys, before we get into that though, as we know and what we must remind ourselves of every single day is building a world-class physique. Building our greatest body is not just about what we do in the gym, it's what we put into our mouths when we're in the kitchen and when we're on the go. And with everybody living a crazy busy life these days, we know a lot of us are relying on protein shakes and smoothies to hit our macros and get our protein goals and needs in. And what we've done here at Critical Bench is we've actually put together a free recipe guide with a free protein shaker that you can click down there in the first pinned comment below. It's gonna be absolutely free for you guys. Just check it out. There's protein shakes, there's smoothies, fruit smoothies, ketogenic smoothies, breakfast smoothies, you name it, it's inside of this free resource. Click that first link down there. We'll see you on the inside. What's going on, guys? Coach Frank at The Compounding. Yes, in today's video, we're talking about maximizing our bicep gains using, you got it, yes, we're using cables today. Now, it might be somewhat contradictory to what you've been taught or believed in the past, but that's okay, because I'm hoping I can shatter some of those limiting beliefs that you have. It is my opinion and belief that if you're going to build your greatest body in the world, your fullest potential, you're going to have to be training with cables, with machines, in addition to your free weights and barbells. And what I want to do is give you the 3 exercises that are going to fully maximize your bicep growth. So we're going to be training our biceps in the shortened position. We're going to be training our biceps in the lengthened position. We're going to add in a movement at the end that's going to give our biceps some width and thickness to it. So I'm going to walk you through each exercise, guys, giving you a few short cues. And then at the end of this, you can walk away with this, and if you decide to use it, amazing. But I can guarantee that if you add this into your training, it is going to take your bicep peak to the next level. The first movement, guys, we're going to do a high cable biceps curl. Now, I have to sit down here because, yes, I am 6'3", and I just can't stand and get all the way to the top. But for you shorter guys out there, maybe you don't need the bench, whatever, that's fully up to you if you decide to use it. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab the biceps here at the top position. Now, a lot of people, when I see them do this, what I've noticed in the gym when I'm looking at people is a lot of times they have their biceps, almost the arm, fully out there. If we could understand that our biceps attach at our shoulder, if we could slightly raise our arm up a little bit, when we get to our peak contraction, that is actually where the bicep is going to be fully contracted, not here. And if I can prove this, if you look at any great world-class bodybuilder, when they hit a front biceps pose, their biceps pose doesn't stop here, it stops here. Look at Arnold, look at Frank Zane, look at any of the top bodybuilders in today's world. When they hit a biceps pose, elbows are slightly higher because this is where your bicep is going to be fully contracted. So understanding that, we should be training our biceps in that position. So that's why this high cable biceps curl, in my opinion, is one of the greatest exercises for that maximum peak contraction. So I want to come out a little bit in front of the cable, just allowing so that there's constant tension from those cables being pulled. But I want to think about bringing my pinkies behind my ears. That's the cue, guys, is elbows up, and let's bring those pinkies behind our ears. And almost, guys, I showed you a biceps flex, right? Think about this exercise. I'm just flexing my biceps. I'm just showing my biceps to the girl across the gym. Hey baby, look at this.
Hello.
And if we can use that as the exercise movement, that's what's going to create the most tension there within that muscle. So first movement here, guys, to really train those biceps in its peak contraction is a high cable biceps curl, just like a bicep flex. All right, guys, so our first movement, like we said, is really focused on that peak contraction. This next one that we're doing with this incline bicep curls is going to work the bicep in its lengthened position. So if we know peak contraction is up here, elbows above our ears, fully lengthened bicep is going to be biceps or arm behind us. So that's why we want to use this incline bench here. And I'm going to grab my handles, and maybe we can get a side shot here, Jared, as well, while we're doing this. But come down here. So I'm going to use the pad. I really want to make sure I keep constant tension on there. And I won't allow these cables to go as far back as they possibly can. And when I'm back here, I can even think about contracting my triceps. If you want a fully lengthened bicep, you're going to need a fully contracted tricep to do so. So when I'm back here, triceps are contracted. As I'm coming up, I'm thinking about just squeezing those biceps, breathing out on the way up and on the way down. And guys, what you're gonna really notice is this is gonna be really difficult here at the beginning. As you get closer to the top, we've been talking a lot about cables here recently. There's not a whole lot of tension going through the bicep at this point, and that's okay. That's why we did the high biceps curl. Lengthen that behind us. Keep our head back. All right. Now, if we were gonna do these in order and in sequence, I would say start with the high cables first, because your bicep is weaker in its contracted state than it is in lengthened state. So train it where it's gonna be its weakest first, and then finish the movement off with something that's gonna give you a little bit more force through that. So I would go high cable biceps curl, then into our incline press, and then finish it off with the third one that we're gonna show you guys right now. All right, guys, real quick, before we get into this third one, let me just make a reminder that I don't think that this is replacing barbell curls. I don't think this is replacing anything you're doing with dumbbells or other free weights. Still keep those movements in there, but if you're looking to take your training all the way to its potential, you're gonna wanna add some type of cable training into it. So you're still gonna do barbell curls, you're still gonna do your dumbbell curls, but this 3-part series right here is gonna be finished off with a rope hammer curl. And why I think that this is such an effective one to do here with this machine, because you get the ability to have some supination with your arms that you normally don't get if you're doing hammer curls with dumbbells. So hammer curls are obviously known for building your forearms, adding thickness to our biceps, but as we're coming at the top, if we can use that rope and think about really bringing those thumbs and pinkies out, that additional contraction that we get at the top, once again, we're driving more force, more tension, a deeper contraction into those biceps. So that's why I think that this is the third most effective one with the cable. So we got our rope set up here. As we would do any traditional hammer curl, we want to start with thumbs facing up. And then as we're coming up to the top, to further that contraction, we want to bring about opening our hands up or supinating here at our wrist. And once again, guys, this is getting a deeper contraction, more force, more tension into that fully contracted state. So that's it, guys. Three movements, take your training to the next level. I can guarantee that if you've hit a plateau, if your biceps have stopped growing and you're ready to take it to the next level, simply adding this series in once or twice a week is gonna catapult you and take your biceps and training to the next level. But Coach Frank, we love you guys. If you got value of this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give us that thumbs up. Let us know what you're looking for. What body parts are you struggling with growing, so we can add tips just like this specifically for you. But we love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.